Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another match reaction. First things first, guys, make sure you like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. And it finished Chelsea 2, Arsenal 2 at Stamford Bridge in a mad, mad game. A game that we absolutely dominated for 80 minutes, played Arsenal off the park. I don't think that's unfair to say at all. And yet Lee feeling really disappointed and feeling like we've lost after throwing it away in the last 10 minutes. But having waited a few hours to do this, I kind of have calmed down a bit, trying to take a bit of emotion out of it. And if you'd said to me before the game that we would have played Arsenal off the park for 80 minutes, that Martinelli and Saka would have been locked down like it was COVID still by Cucurella and Gusto, that we would have dominated the whole game, I would have said, no, you're having an absolute laugh. You are having an absolute laugh. But that's exactly what happened. You know, from minute one, we were brilliant. I thought we were really, really good, played some good stuff. The lineup, obviously, we didn't even have our first choice left back, didn't have our first choice right back, and probably had one of our first choice centre halves from this season missing as well. So there's no James, no Chilwell, no Disassi in the team. Three of our first choice back four not available. And, you know, the fullbacks were superb today. Really, really good. Gusto was great. Yes, he switched off a little bit for the goal. For Trossard, needs to be aware of the danger behind you. But Cucurella was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Locked up Saka. Gave him nothing all game. Was really, really good today. And fair play to him. He was brilliant. First time starting at left back in the league. He's been at right back the last two games. And, you know, his confidence is improving and fair play to him. But, you know, it's frustrating because we played so well, yet the same thing's happening, making individual mistakes and then game management poor game management. And the mentality and the head seem to drop. You know, this is a young team, maybe not got the experience of seeing out games, maybe not got the experience of how to react to certain situations within games. And I don't like to go on about the past, but you know, with your Czechs, your Terrys, your Lampards, your Drogbas, etc., that doesn't happen. We see that game out because we've got know-how, we've got winning mentality, and you know how to manage the game. Right now, we don't have that. A lack of experience, a lack of leaders on the pitch, a lack of calm heads, a lack of know-how was why we couldn't see this game out and why our game management was so poor in that last 10 minutes. Arsenal substitutions made a big difference. They were good enough to win the game for them today in terms of Trossard making impact off the bench. Our subs were poor. Madueke did nothing. Obviously, great to see Reece James back on the pitch, but the subs in general didn't have an impact. You know, the drop off from those subs was massive. But you know, the fact that we've played so well is really positive. It is really, really positive, guys. I think that's got to be the overlying thing. It was a positive performance. 10 out of 11 players were brilliant today. The manager got everything spot on. Tactically, we've outplayed Arsenal, we've outplayed Liverpool this season. Two big six sides that have come to Stamford Bridge. But you know, I wasn't that impressed with Arsenal. Yes, you know, they've got a bit more of a steelier mentality about them. And Arsenal of old would have folded and 2-0, they would have been out the game. Absolutely no chance. But look, we let them back into the game, but they still found a way, and that's what good teams do. And Arsenal are a good team; they're better than us right now, but they found a way to get back in, and we allowed them to do that. That's what top teams do. You know, you don't play well, but you still get something out of the game. Whereas for us, we're not quite there yet. We play well, and you know we're throwing points away, like they're going out of fashion. Like I was pleased with the performance today. Lots and lots of positives. As I said, Cole Palmer, brilliant. Gallagher, again, brilliant. Mudryk, fantastic goal. Whether he meant it or not, it doesn't really matter. Another goal for him, good confidence. Sterling was good. The Caicedo, Enzo, you know, like everyone was great today. It just feels so disheartening to have come away from that with only a point when it should have been 3 points. It was an easy win for us. I can't believe I'm saying it. It was an easy win for us up to 80 minutes. An easy win. You know, it really was. Arsenal were nothing special. Everyone goes on about the Arsenal, you know, unbeaten in the league this season. All Saka this, Martinelli that, Jesus this, Odegaard, Rice, and all these. Rice was quite good today. Odegaard didn't even know he was on the pitch. Saka and Martinelli, as I said, locked up. Like Jesus and Nketiah, nothing. You know, you're not going to win a Premier League title with those two clowns up front. You simply are not good enough. I was encouraged today. I was encouraged by what I saw. Clear patterns of play, an identity, a style, tactical plan. Just let down by individual errors, and these have got to stop. And Sanchez has got to take some stick today. You know, he looked nervy all game. All game, he was looking fucking nervy. He's not good at playing the ball out from the back. Sometimes common sense just needs to prevail. And that mistake was waiting to happen. There was a number of occasions where he'd got away with it. He's either playing players into trouble, he's holding onto the ball for too long, distribution's going out to touch. Look, he's not been a disaster so far this season, and he's had some good games the last few games, but it feels like he's always got a mistake in him. And you cannot at the top level do that. You cannot make mistakes like that in the top level and cause panic. And that's exactly what happened. We're in control of the game at 2-0. He makes a mistake. It goes to 2-1. Arsenal get their tails up. Their fans start making a bit more noise. We retreat into our shells a little bit, start shitting it. And the dynamic of the game completely changes, having us dominated it for 80 odd minutes. So you can't make mistakes like that, Sanchez. I don't want to beat a man whilst he's down. He knows he wasn't good enough today, but you can't do that. And, he just looks like he's got that in him. Sometimes common sense needs to prevail. You don't need to do that in the last 10 minutes. Just get rid of the ball. And it was frustrating today. I don't want to shit on him because, he's been all right so far this season. But, he's got mistakes in him and he's got to stamp that out of his game and he's got to develop it because we cannot allow those mistakes to be made and for it to cost us points and wins in games. We really can't allow that. But everyone else was brilliant. Even Gusto, I don't want to criticize him too much. The back stick, he was sleeping a little bit. You've got to be aware of the danger behind you. But yeah, look, ultimately, it's really weird because we were great, but then we threw it away in the last 10 minutes. I don't care what level of football you're playing at. You cannot be in a position where you're 2 goals up with 10 minutes to go and put it in the bin. You can't do that. But look, there was lots of talent on show today. Mudryk, confidence growing. It really is. Cole Palmer, superb. What a player he looks like, by the way. £42.5 million. Looks like an absolute bargain. He's been brilliant. One of the first names on the team sheet. Everyone was really good today. It's just so frustrating because Arsenal are going to come away from that thinking, we got away with that, and we got out of jail, and we let ourselves down. We were the masters of our own downfall, and I can't criticize anyone today other than Sanchez. It's simple as that because no one deserves to be criticized. People can have an emotional take and say we fucked it up and we threw it away. Which, okay, we kind of did, but you can't just use that emotion and overlook the fact that we were brilliant for 80 minutes. There's a clear pattern of players, there's a clear identity. Everyone knew their role exactly. And that's positive signs going forward. This is the first game of a tough run. And having seen that performance, a really good performance as well, I haven't seen us play that well in a long, long time. That gives me real confidence for the run of games coming ahead. We'll learn a lot from this as a group. It's just a lack of leaders and a lack of experience. Yes, we had Silva on the pitch at the time, but that was it. Yes, I know Enzo's won a World Cup, but he's still young. A lack of experience, game management, wise heads. That's what we needed in those moments, to calm people down, refocus. And we just didn't have that. And you're going to get that in a young side, but we need to fix up from that sooner rather than later because we can't afford to be dropping more points. But I am taking confidence into this next run of games. I really am because I saw a performance today that was tactically great. Everyone knew their role, as I said. Players performed outstandingly well, and there's no reason if we don't carry on doing that, while we can't pick up a lot of points in this one. I'm not saying we're going to beat City. I'm not saying we're going to beat Spurs. I'm not saying we're going to beat Newcastle and win all those games, but we can very much go and show that we can go toe to toe and take these teams on. Arsenal, arguably the best side in the league potentially right now, having obviously beaten Man City last time out. And we made them look average. They were nothing special. So everyone going on about Arsenal this, Arsenal that. They did nothing. They didn't do anything. And they still got a point out of the game, which is a sign of a good team. And it's things that's what we used to do when we were winning titles and going for titles. You get something out of a game when you're not doing well. The best sides have a way of getting something out of a game when everything's against them. They just find moments, whether it's capitalizing on a mistake, whether it's taking advantage of panic or whatever it might be. It's just so frustrating because we were good today. But I'm not concerned going forward. This has shown me a lot. It's given me a lot of confidence. We just need to iron out the individual mistakes. Players need to continue to develop. I really liked the front three today. I thought Mudryk, Palmer, and Sterling caused a lot of problems. Jackson wasn't great when he came on. I like the fluidity of the front line before he came on. The midfield did really well today. It's a really well-balanced midfield. They're a lot better than Rice, Jorginho, and Odegaard. 100% our midfield three was better. And I think the front line was better as well. And ultimately, like the start of the day, I would have taken a point. But given how the game played out and the circumstances, then yeah, I'm in two minds. I'm pleased with how we did, but I'm also really, really disappointed because that should have been an easy win for us. And we let ourselves down at the end of the day. Sanchez not good enough, has to improve quickly and fix up. I'm not saying he should be dropped or anything like that, but you've got to fix up and you can't afford to be making mistakes like that in goal. He needs to work on his distribution, needs to work the ball at his feet, and sometimes common sense just needs to prevail. But ultimately, guys, I think there can be a lot of positives to take. Everyone was gassing up Arsenal as one of the best sides in the league, and we made them look average and we played them off the park. So that has to be a real positive and a real step in the right direction for us as a club and for this group of players. But yeah, look, guys, that's just my thoughts on the game itself. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As always, is there lots to be positive about? Should we be feeling disappointed or a mixture of both? Let me know your thoughts, people. As always, smash a like on the video. Make sure you click that subscribe button, and I'll catch you again in another video soon. Up the Chelsea, and peace out, people.